Hey, Barry down here at Bucktail Bait and Tackle on US 1 across from Christmas's Landing and Jordan's Landing. In today's episode, we're going to be covering the conditions inshore, offshore, how things are going as far as the fish catches. John's got a great report. Jake's got a great report. We're going to talk a little bit about the 2-day lobster season is coming up, what you're going to need for that. And we're going to talk a little bit about if you're just getting started and going offshore fishing, one of the best setups that you can get, put together as far as being able to get out there and catch. I'm not going to spoil what kind of fish, but they're great fish and other species as well.
And we're going to talk about our great trip we had last weekend with Captain John.
Yep.
Barry and I went out fishing. Him and his crew took good care of us. We caught tons of fish. It was an awesome outing. We've got a lot of video about that. That's coming up in the next couple of days, but be on the watch out for that. So
that's right. So let's kick it off.
All right.
Hey, it's Barry.
And Dave.
And Jake.
And John.
With our next episode of Hooked on Saltwater down here with Jake from Bucktail Bait and Tackle, along with John is Saltwater Carteller Offshore Expert.
Yes.
So in today's episode, of course, we already mentioned what we're going to talk about. So Jake, let's talk a little bit about bait right out of the gate.
We're going to talk about the bait that we got live right now. We got croakers, we're going to be getting some pinfish in, and we got shrimp. They're a little bit on the small side due to the summertime. You're not going to see that size to them until maybe late August, so just bear with us. That's as far as we got for live bait right now, but then we got all your frozen goodies as well.
Okay, so for offshore, you're stocked in the freezer with?
Oh, I got sardines, threadfins, squid, chum, pogies, ballyhoo, bonita strip, split tail mullet. We've pretty much got anything you're going to need out there.
All right, very good. Okay, so we're going to jump real quick, and folks, we're going to try and keep this quick paced for y'all. We don't want to type your whole day there as you're scrolling through YouTube. So let's jump right over to the weather conditions coming up, and Dave is going that way. All right, what's our conditions this week looking like? Offshore, inshore, winds, that kind of thing, so everybody knows what to expect.
Buoys reading and reporting 2 to 3 foot. It's going to get down to 2 foot come tomorrow. Friday and Saturday it's calling 2 to 3. The winds are going to be out of the south about 5 to 10. This weekend they're going to pick up out of the southeast to 10 to 15. And it's going to be a little bit bumpy in the afternoons, and like I said, it's going to pick up. So get out there early, get on it while it's still calm, and get in before the rain, because you got that 50-50 shot every day. We live here in Florida. You never know. Use your best judgment and get out there and get some fish.
And when it comes to current speed, we were looking at when we were out Friday, we were 1 knot, and then Saturday turned to...
We were 2.5.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
ripping.
horrible Saturday.
So we're expecting then, with this week coming up, any around the same probably?
Yeah, as long as the wind's going with the current out where we slow pitch at or fish at, then it should be good.
Okay. All right, very good. All right, so from there we're going to go ahead and jump into the inshore fishing reports. What do we got, Jake?
All right, inshore. Water's really warm, so you're gonna probably find those fish in the little deeper holes in a little cooler water, or else up under the docks in the shade. They're still catching lots of snook and lots of redfish. Unfortunately, you can't keep the redfish anymore until that fishery becomes sustainable. That's what they're calling for. But if you're going to be going out to the Sebastian Inlet, there's tons of mangrove snapper everywhere.
Yeah.
Just drop your line straight down if you're fishing on a jetty in between those pilings. And also, as well, there's big giant snook and big schools of thread fins going through the inlet right now. So bring your net, cast nets, use some thread fins, and throw them right back out there, because that's the bait that's out there. That's the bait the fish are keyed in on right now. Okay. So definitely bring your net. And
we've got some pictures that maybe we can wrangle out of Kevin, one of the other really cool guys that works down here at Bucktail. His girlfriend got on to some really nice snook. And we'll see if we can put those pictures up here.
Tarpon are out there as well, and like I said, them thread fins seem to be the key. You want to cast net, whatever bait you find around in that area to catch those fish.
Use those. Okay, good deal. John?
Offshore. You guys were with me Friday, and it was beautiful out. Not much wind, hardly any current.
Yep.
The weeds are still kind of blowing out there. You really gotta work if you're gonna go trolling for dolphin.
Speaking of that trip, we had a great time, and I like to want to bring in the crew.
Hey guys, come here.
Guys, come on over. Anthony and Willard. These guys were
There you go.
awesome. All I can say.
These guys are mates on the boat. You'll get to see them if you come out and book a charter with us.
Yeah.
They're kind of fun to be around sometimes.
They're fun to pick on, but I'm going to tell you, at the end of the day, here's what was really nice and enjoyable about these two guys. Dave and I didn't have to think about a thing. All we had to do, when we heard fish on, these guys made sure that we had rod in hand, that we had belt around the waist if we needed it, whatever you need to ensure you're getting that fish in as best as you can, because you can't, not 100%, sometimes they get away. But everything we could possibly need to make it the easiest going trip, these guys handled it 100 all the way. Thank you. It was great. So yeah, that makes the trip a lot more enjoyable. Sometimes you get on boats and the crews are a little more, they're not as attentive, or they don't talk much, or they kind of stay to themselves. It's more clinical, for lack of a better word. These guys just made it a blast. Great sense of humor, lots of fun, and hey, these guys know a ton about what to do out there. They're like little machines, man. It's like they just do what they were doing. I'm like, dang, I don't know. I'm like, man, this guy zipping around, and next thing you know, hey, fish on. They like, okay, there we go. So yeah, that's part of when you're taking a charter, knowing that you've got not only a great captain, but the crew is. I mean, the captain knows where to go, but the crew really is absolutely important. If you don't have a good crew and guys that know what to do and how to get you set up and all that, and teach you a lot too. That was the other thing. I learned a lot from these guys going out there, because I'm not an offshore guy, you know, like full time. So it was a great adventure. Would have been the same without. I can promise you that.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Get out of here.
We'll go.
Go back to work.
All right. Oh, and Anthony and Willard too, by the way. We can call them out by name. Anthony was over there. Willard was over there. All right.
Back to the forecast. We were catching on Saturday between 95 and 120. Real good sailfish bite out there. It was a little rough. Bottom fishing. The current was pretty strong. It was blowing out. Supposed to get better this week. So grouper season's still open. Snapper's closed, but you can still have fun out there catching them. Just make sure you vent them and get them back down right and safe.
Yeah, that was Saturday. Friday, we managed to put how many varieties of fish?
We limited out on red snapper. Barry got a great blackfin on slow pitch, which was awesome.
There is a short video on that. Check that out on the channel.
Yep.
We got an Almaco jack, a couple barracuda, mahi, and some mystery fish that didn't quite make it to the boat.
And Vermilion snapper. We got
Vermilion snapper, right.
So we had, a wide variety of fish, and that's the cool thing. You're going to hear us talk a lot about slow pitch jigging on this channel, because John, that's something that he's really passionate about. I've lost my mind over it. I get it at one time, and I can't think about nothing but I'm trying to think, okay, how can I
That's what happens.
now?
I told you, it's addictive.
He warned me, and it's absolutely, it's just a great way to fish, because you never know what you're going to get. So we're going to be doing, we got some things coming up, so pay attention. If you've never done it before, do you have any interest in it at all, pay attention to some videos that are coming up. I think we're going to do a special event around that. So
There was a question that came in from one of our viewers, and he'd asked what rig up we used.
That particular rig that Barry caught the yellowfin on was a Temple Reef 200 to 400 gram rated rod, Shimano Torium 16 narrow, 20 pound J braid, 50 pound fluorocarbon, and a 200 gram Jig Pro torpedo jig.
yeah.
Here we go.
The blackfin love those jigs. They absolutely love those
Oh yeah,
jigs.
I missed a couple, and we had the mystery loss that something came through on the drop and just cut the line and stretched it out. It's so much fun. It's crazy out there. So okay, so we're looking at all the species are pretty much out there hitting.
Dolphin or spotty, they're out there. You have to get through the weed. I would recommend using a skirted ballyhoo, or just a chugger that's going to stick just under the surface to try and avoid some of the weeds, and make sure that whoever's watching the rods is real attentive, getting the weed off, or you're just not going to catch any fish.
Gotcha.
I want to recommend also that you have just a rod with a hook and maybe 50, 60 pound leader on it, And that way, when you're anchored up, you have mahi coming and checking you out. Mahi and cobia are very inquisitive fish, and they will always swim right up to the boat. So have that rod ready with just a hook on, and you can throw a piece of squid, a piece of cut bait on it, so you can just pitch it to them. And I got 3 mahi myself on Saturday, just like that, anchored up. They swim right up to the boat. Have something ready to pitch to them. Definite.
It's funny. I bought one of your dredges, just the holographic dredges, and I like to put that out while we're bottom fishing.
Dude, that's
and
money
it tracks,
in the bank.
it
That's
tracks
money in the bank
everything.
right there.
Just
Those
let it float
dredges.
around out there while you're bottom fishing, and keep an eye out over there, because something's going to swim up to that thing.
Definitely.
Yeah, we need to get one. We'll see if we get your picture.
We'll do a little short on one of them dredges too coming up, just to let you know what they are and how to just simply pull them behind your boat and get more fish in your boat.
Yeah, right on. Okay, folks. So that's your reports for this week. Now we're going to jump into our 2 educational parts. We got the mini lobster season coming up, so Jake's going to go ahead and cover what you need for that lobster season that's coming up here.
All right,
What's the date?
Yeah, mini season. It happens every year. It's the last Wednesday and Thursday of July. Thank you there, Dave. And basic little necessity kit. I don't have a dive flag with us, but you do need a dive flag if you're in the water or on the boat. They have them with the buoy, so if you're in the water, if your boat, they have them on a little flagpole, but you must have that up, or else you will get a stern talking to and maybe a ticket by a FWC officer. But right here, basic simple kit we have right here at Bucktail Bait and Tackle is basic bare necessities of what you're gonna need. Right, let me get this out of the bag.
So with this setup, you can go out there and you can...
Oh yeah. Well, you can either free dive it. Then most lobsters are going to be in underneath the ledges. You need to find an area that has nice ledges. There's Fort Pierce. You can do beach dives. 20 yards off the beach, you'll come into some great ledges, and it varies between 6 foot to 60 foot if you really want to swim out there. And you don't have to go way offshore for these bugs. You can get them right real close, right off the beach. Basically, what we have right here is your tickle stick. This is for reaching behind that lobster and getting them out beneath the ledge. Get that behind them, and you take that net right there, scoop it right over them, and then simply swim up to the boat or grab them with your gloves here. And also you measure that carapace to make sure it is of legal size. Sorry, fumbling around here to show you the little lobster gauge right here. This gap right here has got to be the size from the horn to the back groove. You'll see that first groove in the lobster, it's got to be at least 3 inches long. All right. And then these come with every one of these kits that you get here at Bucktail Bait and Tackle, as well as a pair of nice lobster gloves, because they will tear your hands up. They have spikes and thorns all over them. Be sure to be wearing these gloves or a type of protective glove of your choosing. And I definitely suggest grabbing them by the head once you got them, because if you grab the antennas, they will break off and there goes that lobster. But make sure to get them in that net, put your net in the bag, drop them in there, go on to the next ledge and get your bugs in there. I definitely recommend having a dive light with you as well, because it's dark up in there in those ledges. Have something to shine there for them and see them and get them out. So,
what's the limit?
I was just going to cover the limit. You got 12 per person per day these 2 days coming up in mini season. And like I said, that is going to be the 27th and 28th of July. It's always the last Wednesday and Thursday of July.
All right.
And yep.
Very cool.
Good luck, y'all, and be safe. And if you got any questions, feel free to drop them below or call the shop here, 321-821-4440.
It's almost as hectic.
Pictures of those big lobsters.
It's almost
I
as
will.
hectic
I got
for
my
lobster
stuff ready
mini
to
season
go.
as it is snapper season.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
Give me some bugs.
All right, John, we're going to bounce over to you now. I just got started in offshore fishing. I just got my boat. You know, I'm not sure, I want to get out and catch fish. But there's a lot of fish out there, and there's a lot of options and a lot of rods and it's crazy when you get into the offshore stuff. So what's the best setup to I just want to get out there and get some nice fish, quality fish to bring home to eat.
I guess let's talk about the fish first. My favorite fish, one of my favorite fish to catch. And most people that do go offshore probably their most favorite fish to catch is a mahi or dorado, dolphin fish, whatever you want to call it. If you want to go out and get into offshore fishing and have a blast, kids, wife, easy, fun, not super expensive, and just, you know, it'll get you hooked on going offshore doing this fishing. The colors, the jumps, peel and drag off as soon as they hit. I mean, sometimes you get, depending on how many rods you're running, quad hookups. We get quad hookups a lot. It's a blast, and you don't have to go crazy. I mean, this rod and reel combo right here. What does this go for? This is
The basic pen squall combo.
yeah, it's $199 for the combo. 2 or 3 of these, and you're out there fishing for mahi. They're super simple to catch. You go out, you look for structure, you look for birds. As soon as you find that, you put your baits out. One of my favorite baits that gets hit all the time is a blue and white islander. It resembles a flying fish. Everything in the ocean hits this. If you skirt your ballyhoo with this, guarantee you're going to get something. Sailfish hit it, wahoo hit it, mahi hit it. Anything that's a marlin will hit it. Anything that's swimming out there that's pelagic, tuna will hit this lure.
Yeah, that was drawing a lot of attention. We're out there on Friday, that color combo. And that rod and reel setup, not only is it's good for trolling for mahi.
Oh yeah, you can use it for kingfish. You can bottom fish with it. So it's a versatile combo.
Yeah.
You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to have a giant boat. You don't even have to have outriggers if you don't have outriggers on your boat. Just go get kingfish outriggers that sit in in 2 of your rod holders, and you can spread your baits out a little bit. A lot of times we'll run 3 baits. You know, sometimes we'll run 6 baits. Sometimes we'll run 8 baits. If we're just out there looking for fish, we'll run 3 baits. You know, we're out there hunting around for them. A lot of times when we're in tournaments, we'll run 6 to 8 baits. We always have a bucktail rigged up on a rod, on a spinning rod. Once you hook a fish,
Hold that right up there.
and white, chartreuse, whatever color, it doesn't matter. Once you hook a fish, that first fish you get to the boat, keep in the water and see if any of his buddies swim up with him. A lot of times you'll hit a school of small dolphin out there, and that's just action-packed. I mean, it's just slinging fish in the boat non-stop. You know, the kids have a blast. Yeah. Everybody has a blast. The boat gets bloody. You know, it's just a ton of fun.
Since we're recommending mahi, though, is there a size limit on those, a minimum?
Yeah, it's 20, and they changed the per person limit per day from 10 to 5, or 30 fish per boat. Okay. Which is a huge drop in my opinion. Don't know why they did it. Obviously, they have their reasons for it, but they did it.
Okay, so good. So, you know, it's becoming, I know a lot of folks are moving to the area. A lot of guys are going to start getting into the offshore scene that haven't fished maybe the Atlantic side, haven't fished in these waters. So, good suggestion there as far as going out and chasing the mahi, because they are good to eat.
They are, and they're fun. They're really fun to catch.
They're beautiful fish too. Make sure you get those pictures before you kill it, because those fish light up once you kill it. There goes all the color.
I think you have pictures of the one that you caught that was before.
I've seen them.
It was lit up, right?
Yep.
Purple, white, green, blue, everything. Yep.
Absolutely. So, if you're going to be in this area, and you're going to be looking to do some offshore fishing and maybe hooking up with John there with the Saltwater Cartel, but you're kind of staying down this way, we do want to give a shout out to the Davis House Inn, which is down in Sebastian, not that far from here. And they're right across the street from the river. They got a beautiful pier dock that goes out. The rooms are great. Everywhere there's places to eat right there, right down the street. Music.
Beautiful area.
Yeah, great area. So information below. Check out the Davis House Inn for sure. It will be the place that you come back to over and over. Just like Bucktail, you get all your stuff. Come back over and over. You got it all.
Hey, we're so friendly here. People just, you know, they feel like family. They come hang out with me for a half hour, for 2 hours, and just talk about fishing and experience. You know, knowledge is key, and getting that knowledge is part of it.
Local knowledge. That's what you find when you come to a bait shop versus a big lot or a big, you know, one of the box stores. You don't get that local knowledge when you go there. Just talking to these guys and that's where you're going to learn a whole lot.
And it's a toy store. I mean, this is awesome. He's got everything in here.
These guys find it hard to come here.
I go broke every time I come in.
Walk out with money still in their wallets, you know, because we always got new stuff. And if you need something as well, we'll order it as long as we can. You know, if you got a request, we'll definitely do our absolute best to get it for you and get you what you need.
Yep. And in final word, if you're looking for that just fun all-around trip, you want to get out and do something different, hook up with Dave, hiding behind the camera there. Matter of fact, get away from the camera, come out here and just yak about what it is that you do on the side too, because it is a ton of fun, and your clients always come back with 5-star ratings every single time, because they have an absolute blast hanging out with Dave on the water, because Dave does.
Partially because of this guy right here.
We have business, Living Waters kayaking, and we do fishing charters. We take you out fishing on a kayak. It's a totally different, unique, really, really cool experience. These are pedal type of kayaks. They're not paddle. You're using the major muscles in your body, your legs. We have a really, really fun time. They're super fast and super stable.
Yep.
And we put you on the fish. We'll do an island excursion, take you out to an island, your own island. Just think about it, your own island, sunny, sandy. You and yours can hang out. I'll leave you alone if you like. Bring out the family. It's all good
What
fun.
can you potentially see?
This is what we see: some dolphin, manatees. Sometimes we'll see a manta ray just jump out of the water. So there's lots to see. It's really, really cool. Certainly bring your camera and be ready to take pictures.
Yeah, super scenic, great time, super easy going. In the kayaks, like I said, you can pedal all day. I don't care if you're in shape or not in shape. It's an easy deal.
Yeah.
That way you can use both hands to cast and retrieve your fish, and you can still be kicking.
Cool experience.
That's it.
For sure.
Yep, make sure if that's something you want to do, hook up with Dave. His information will be below as well.
All right.
Anything else we need to add there?
I
Closing?
think we are done.
Good. Right
about
on.
it.
All right, guys. Make sure you subscribe, like, share. Series of videos out. Let people know that we have a weekly live update on the fishing, how it's going from Sebastian Inlet to Canaveral. That covers a pretty big area.
Right.
And, you know, what's working here pretty much carries on down to Fort Pierce.
Up and down the coast.
Yeah, up and down the coast for the most part.
Hey, be on the lookout for video from our trip. We have some really, really cool footage. Barry and I are hooking up with a few fish. Anthony and Willard, they caught a few. I think everyone's out there. Again, it was just an awesome fishing experience. So
Absolutely.
We're going to share that with you on the video.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right, folks. That's going to wrap it up for this week here at Bucktail Bait and Tackle on US 1. We'll see y'all next week.
So long, everyone. Got a little hot.